Hi guys! Today I will show you how to make the super cute cake ornaments for the holidays. I think they are really adorable and they are perfect to put in a gift box and give them to somebody, hopefully somebody you like, but I guess you can give it to somebody you don't really like, but just give it to somebody you like. Okay, so for this ornament project, we need 6-inch cake boards. I bought the ones that are made by Celebrated. Oh shoot, I forgot who makes them. I'll put the link below. So they are 6-inch boards, and I'll show you what I did afterwards. You need a rolling pin. We need some edible glitter. Do not use real glitter, it has to be edible. And it comes in a lot of colors, so find the colors that you like. These are really cute. These are the things that I wanted to try out this time. They are 4-inch round half dome, so I use them to bake my little cakes, and I have them ready. We need a ribbon cutter, fondant, whatever color you want, ribbon as thick as your board will be so that you can cover the edges. You may or may not need this, it depends on what you want to do with your project, but I used this really soft wire and cookie cutters. I have a square one, a round one, some petal ones, and I use those to decorate them with, but you can definitely do it without it. And yes, of course, you need cake and you need buttercream, and that's about it. And then you need a gift box so you can put your cake in there. All right, we are going to get started now. Let's do this. Okay, so I went ahead and I baked my cakes and I kept them in the fridge for a couple of hours so that they are nice and cool and firm. And now we will get a knife, slice the tops off, put them together with buttercream. I actually have some really delicious custard that I made, and I'm gonna fill them up with custard and then cover them with butter, with a thin layer of buttercream, and back to the fridge. Okay, so the trick with this is that I use a spatula that's like a spoon, because round cakes can be very tricky to cover, and you can't have all the imperfections in the buttercream show through, because then the fondant will just show that as well. So we're gonna cover it, we're gonna let it cool down, chill out in the fridge, and then we're gonna retouch it. It depends on what you are filling your cake with. For example, I am going to fill this one with custard, which is soft. So I am creating a dome. If you have the patience and you want to do things the right way, don't drop it. That would be a good start. Okay, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen and start over. So, if you want to fill your cake with something softer inside, like custard or jelly or something like that, you want to create a dome. If you want to do things the right way, you put your buttercream in a piping bag and you pipe a dome. But sometimes I like to do things. There, see, now the dome is going to prevent the custard from coming out if you did it right, because I see a little spot coming out from here. The trick with this is that it has to be very cool, chilled when you cover it in fondant, so it doesn't get destroyed, and it doesn't, so that the custard doesn't start coming out if the cake moves around or shifts a little bit. My cake is really soft, so it needs to go away. I need to get rid of it. Okay, so while the cakes are chilling in the fridge, I will put together my board. So what I have done here is I grabbed 2 of the 6-inch boards and I hot glued them together. And now I will cover them with a thin piece of fondant. And for the Santa one, I will put some sanding sugar on it to make it look sparkly and like snow. But if you don't have some sanding sparkling sugar, you can just leave it white or whatever color you want to do it. So Oh, and then hot glue gun the ribbon around it, so that way it looks really nice and finished and perfect for a gift. So let's do that. For my board, I'm gonna do a little piece of white fondant, and then I will put some piping gel or just a little bit of water, something to glue my fondant onto my board. This is, you can, sometimes I use like scrapbook paper or any kind of paper that has a pretty design if you don't want to do the fondant part. It just makes it look more finished and professional and special for the person you like, if you like them. If not, don't cover the board. I won't say that. That is just so that your cake has a place to sit on. Now I am going to work on the little metal part that hangs, the little metal part where the hook goes on to hang from the tree, the little metal part on top. So I have two options. One, we can do what, we can grab this soft wire. This is some type of floral wire. I'll put the link below. And you can just use this with just like a little round something. I have this little glitter tube that works perfectly. So I can just wrap it around there, tighten it with my pliers. I have my pliers, I will cut. That is a simple way to do it. If you choose to do that, you need some floral tape, silicone tape, or some sort of food safe tape, and cover the little tip where the part where it is going to go inside the cake. If you want to do things the complicated way, we're going to get the clay extruder and use that. Here's how we do that. Here, I have a little bit of gum paste. I have mixed a little bit of black in it to make it gray because it's going to be silver. And I'm going to feed it through my extruder. That's the little tip that we will use. And then it's going to be the same idea that we did for the metal. But the trick with this is that you can't do it the same day. You have to let it at least overnight. Grab the little piece of gum paste, wrap it around, and then join them at the end. And then just carefully lift that up and leave it like that overnight so that it's dry. But I went ahead, and here are the ones that are dry. You can see how they hold up now. The trick with this is that they break. So you have to make a few extras just in case you break one. And then if you're going to do this way, you can leave it silver, or you can leave it gray, or you can get some silver dust, and I'm gonna show you how to paint the silver dust, and then we're gonna paint gold dust. I forgot to mention that we need gold dust for our decoration. All right, so a little bit of alcohol mixed with the right amount of silver dust will create a paste, pretty thin paste, but thicker than a paint. Now I'm gonna get a small piece of red fondant, roll it out, and get my cake, cover it with the red fondant. Shape it a little bit with my hand to remove all the sharp edges. I don't want any of those sharp edges showing through. And I should have left it a little bit longer. It's not cool enough yet. For purposes of the video, I did not give it enough time to chill in the fridge. So hopefully you are patient enough and give it enough time to completely cool before doing this part, because as you'll see, this is probably gonna make my life harder, but I wanted to show you guys and I'm out of time. So we're gonna try it. Wish me luck. There we go. Be careful not to cut too far, too close to the cake, because we still have to flip it over and do this. Okay, hopefully you don't have too many fingerprints, finger marks, indentations, or whatever on top. Oh, and if I didn't say it, I just put a dollop of buttercream in the bottom, so that way it holds the cake in place, and that way it doesn't roll around. And that is also the reason why we have that little hole in the fondant on the board. That's that. Now the belt. I'm going to roll out a piece of black fondant, cut it with my ribbon cutter to about 1 inch wide, and then I'll put some glue, water, royal icing, whatever you have to stick it. I have some piping gel, and glue that. Okay. For this part, you have to decide where you want the top to be. Like, for example, if you want the ornament to be sitting up, we need the top of the ornament, the part where it gets hung from. So we are going to just use a red piece of fondant to match the actual cake and make a little cylinder. That is the right word, right? It is a cylinder. Did you see how I shaped that? I cut it. Sticky stuff, toothpick if you need to, or we'll see if this holds. Okay, so now that we have chosen what part that is, then we need to put some sticky stuff around the belly. Now I'm going to work on the gold accents. First, I will roll out a piece of fondant, then I'm going to cut out the belt buckle, and then the top of the neck of the ornament. I do the first coat. If it still has some empty spots, I give it a few minutes for it to be dry and then retouch it, because if you keep playing with it, then you're gonna start making marks in the fondant, and you don't want that. I made a mess. I grabbed the silver brush to paint it, so now I made a bigger mess. Oh, okay, I'll clean it. Just to make it extra shiny, I am going to, now that it's dry, I'm going to just add another coat of just the powder to make it extra shiny, like metal. And now, toothpick. That's it, I did it.
Yeah. Right.
The end. I'm done. Okay guys, this is it. The ornament cake gifts. So the really cute thing about these is that if you get a gift box like me, you can actually put one inside there and then give it to somebody as a gift. Just tell them to be careful and not shake it around too much. I hope you guys give these little cake ornaments a try, and I hope you guys like the video, so please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for watching.